Hey everyone, uh, something kind of cool has happened. In the weird little tree that grows at the corner of the deck, the other day I noticed there was a bird nest in it, and it was a new bird nest, like I could tell because it wasn't all like ragged and weathered looking, and it was still like nice and nice and soft looking, and some of the grass blades that were woven into it were actually still kind of green looking, but there was no bird sitting on it. So when I'm out here now, and I'm pretty sure it's a robin, and I'm pretty sure it's a female, and she's sitting on the nest as we speak. So I'm gonna try to get to where you guys can see her, and I gotta be careful because if I get too close, she'll fly away, and I don't want the birds to think that that they're in any sort of danger. I don't want to upset them, so I'm just gonna try to keep my distance. I'm gonna try to get her on camera for you guys. Oh, there she is. If you can see her or not. A little closer. Hey. Yeah, she's noticed me now. See her looking right at me, and she's kind of got that defensive look on her face. There's the nest. So yeah, she's chilling out, keeping her little eggs warm. And probably in a few weeks there's going to be baby robins. So. And the whole thing about birds not coming back to the nest if they smell a human on the babies or whatever, that's just a myth. That's not true. So like, if one of her babies falls out of the nest, and then one of the people, one of us, like picks it up and puts it back in the nest, they'll still come back to the nest. They won't abandon the babies. That whole thing about how like, oh, if you touch them, they'll smell you and they won't come back, that's not true at all. Birds actually, just like human beings and other animals, are basically instinctively care for their young. They don't just abandon their young unless there's something really inanely wrong. Of course, obviously there are some animals that will eat their own young or kill their own young if there's something like truly terrible or abnormal occurring. So, yeah. So, it's a beautiful day out today. It's like 75 degrees, it's sunny, it's windy. I mean, I'm wearing a tank top, so. Yeah, so let's walk around the yard. I'm going to show you guys all the flowers. There's these really lovely little purple flowers that always grow here every year. So there's that. And here's the neighbor's crabapple tree. Well, I guess it's not crab apples. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is. But there's the neighbor's tree. See how pretty? It's a wonderful shade tree. And then here's the cherry tree in our yard. It's my mom's cherry tree. It was a lot prettier the other day. Like, the flowers were more full and they were darker, like a rich fuchsia sort of color. Here's the azaleas. There goes a bee. So yeah, it's definitely springtime. There's the bee. Oh, did you see him? There he is. Hello, bee. Hello, bee. Ah. Alright, let's go inside so I can show you guys what's going on today in the indoors. And there's my Lucky. Hello, Lucky. And there's the robin again. She's in the tree. So, here's my sewing machine. and all the little tidbits that go along with using a sewing machine. So yeah, I have no idea how to use a sewing machine. Well, I had no idea how to use one. And one of my ex-husband, my daughter's father, actually, he knows how to sew, and he actually does like the sewing and stuff for, you know, friends and family. If they need like something hemmed or something, he can fix it for them. And he also makes some costumes and cloaks and things sometimes. But like, I'd bought this machine, and it had been sitting for like 2 months. And I finally called him up and was like, I desperately need help with this sewing machine, so can you please come over here and show me how to use it? And so he did, and it's actually a lot easier than I thought it was, and I'm not nearly as intimidated by it anymore. So, and I brought the spider upstairs so I could show my daughter, because she was like really wanting to see it, and she wanted to know how it was coming along. So, and speaking of machines, yeah, I'm in my parents' kitchen. The dishwasher has decided it is on strike. It hates everybody and everything. It wants to leak everywhere. There's a bad smell coming from the sink. So, so my dad's trying to figure out exactly where the leak is coming from. So he pulled it out, and he has it up on wood for support. And every time we run it, he kind of gets underneath. He lays down on the floor with the flashlight so we can try and figure out where the water's coming from. So, yeah, it seems like there's like a curse when it comes to dishwashers in this house. Because ever since my parents moved in here in 1998, I think I was 14 years old at the time, maybe, it seems like every single dishwasher that's been here has just been a nightmare. Like leaks, smells, weird stuff like that going on. So, hopefully this problem will go away soon. So, I mean, I'm one of those people who, like, if it's just me plus another adult, then I'll actually wash dishes by hand, because I just can't stand dishwashers because they're such a pain in the butt. Like, you have to rinse the dishes anyway. You gotta scrape the food off of them anyway. You have to load them in the dishwasher. It has to be loaded just so. There's like a protocol to it, you know. There's do's and don'ts. And after all that, then you gotta unload it. You gotta put all that crap away. And there's water all over everything. And after all that crap, you may as well have just washed them by hand. Because if you have to do all that work by hand anyway, to rinse them and stuff, what's the fucking point, you know? So, yeah. Dishwashers, they use up a ton of electricity. They use lots of water. Hand washing just makes more sense to me. Being that there are 4 adults in this house, and the way my mom cooks, she uses way too many pots and pans. Like, when I cook, there'll be like a skillet plus a pot, and then like a spatula and a large spoon, and then like the dishes we eat off of. It's not like this huge ordeal. Like, she thinks she has to have a separate little pot for every little thing that's going to go into what she's cooking, unless it's a crock pot meal. And even then, there's like dishes accumulated from like stuff during the day, like people's lunch, people's breakfast, and like my parents will eat and just pile the dishes in the sink and leave it there. And it drives me insane, because like the minute and the time it takes them to gripe about the dishwasher, they could wash their own fucking dishes by hand. So, yeah, it's an uphill battle. I hate dishwashers. I hate dishwashers. Evil dishwashers. So, yeah. So, anyway, that's what's going on today. I guess I'll see you guys later.